In this video, we're going to learn how to create a new HotDocs library. Just by way of quick review, a library is a file that contains groupings or collections of shortcuts to underlying templates. And you'll have occasion to create new libraries anytime you start a new HotDocs project, or you just generally want to create a new grouping of shortcuts to different templates. So usually libraries will correspond to the different projects that you'll be working on, the different practice areas in which you might use HotDocs. So we're going to go through the basics of creating a library and then organizing or developing that library. Creating the library itself is a very easy, straightforward process in HotDocs. You simply need to go up to the File menu and click on New Library. It's the top item in the drop-down menu. If you're more keyboard-oriented, you can hit Control-N on your keyboard, and that will bring up the new library box that we're about to see. So I'm just going to click on this, and this brings up the new library dialog. And within this new library dialog, there are three different fields. Now, the first two fields that you see here, the file name field and the title field, are always required. You'll always need to have something in those two fields. The description field is completely optional, but we'll go through each one of these in turn. This is where I name the actual library, the file name field. So I'm going to go ahead and let's say that I'm creating a new family law library. So I might call the actual library file family law. Now, if I type nothing but the file name in this field, HotDocs is going to create the actual library file in what's called my default libraries folder. That's something that you can specify during installation. It's something that you can change within HotDocs options. But if I don't type anything more in here, HotDocs is going to create the library file in that default libraries location. If I want to create the library somewhere else, then I'll need to click on this Browse button and browse to wherever I want this new library file to be created. Now I'm going to go ahead and tab out of this field, and I'm going to need to do that twice here to move into the title field. And you'll see a couple of things happen when I do that. First thing is that HotDocs appends an HDL extension to the file name. So if I don't do that as a matter of course in creating or naming the file itself, HotDocs will make sure to put the appropriate extension there. The other thing that HotDocs will do in the title field is it will suggest the file name also serve as the title of the library. Now, the title of the library is what appears at the very top of the library structure you see here on the left-hand side of the screen. So this is the actual library file name. That will always appear up here in the very top of the window next to where it says HotDocs Developer. The title will appear here above everything that will eventually comprise the library itself. The file name and the title are almost always the same. That's why HotDocs suggests that you use the file name as the title. But if that's something that you want to change for whatever reason, you can always come in here and overwrite that title with whatever you wanted to say. Now, the description field can be used to describe the kinds of templates that are referenced in the library. So the kinds of shortcuts that you might have to different templates in the library, you can describe optionally in this description field. That might be helpful for less experienced users or people who otherwise are not overly familiar with the library and its contents. Otherwise, you can leave this blank, but you will need to make sure that you have both a file name and a title established within this new library dialog. Now, when I click on OK, HotDocs creates the library. And again, this is a very straightforward process. There's not much to it, but you'll see now that we are in the new family law library. Here's the file name, and then here is the title of the library. It's at this point that we need to flesh out this library, start organizing it, adding things to it.